Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, Episode 13. This is the review of the 13th episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Boruto and Mitsuki. Yeah, an episode almost entirely focused on Mitsuki, basically him asking various characters how they feel about Boruto. Yes, Iwambi, Susumari, Inojin, which is a bit of a surprise. He does talk to Shikadai a little bit. Trying to think, who else does he talk to? Let's see. Oh, there is one character I was kind of surprised. I was very happy to see her. Mary, Konohamaru's cousin. Yep, she makes physical appearance in the show, which this is actually the first time chronologically she's appeared in the Boruto stuff, anyways, because she did make an appearance in a couple chapters of the Boruto manga, but this is actually the first time she's actually appeared. Yep, and it's always nice to see Konohamaru. Yep. And this whole episode just basically Boruto just asking, well, not Boruto, it's all focused on Mitsuki, asking various characters how they feel about Boruto, and of course Mitsuki meeting Naruto himself. Yep. Yeah, he gets a chance to meet Hinata, Iwambi, Boruto's sister, and Naruto himself, which is actually a bit of a surprise. I did not expect this because the scene, the trailer, the clip they show for this episode didn't get me interested that much. It just focused a lot on Mitsuki. And okay, it's basically a standalone-ish episode which ends with a cliffhanger. But there's no ghost in here at all. Yeah, there's references to ghost stuff, but said there's been no ghost stuff. No villain, surprisingly, and it is by far a really good episode. It feels like though that this is a bit of a basically a calm before the storm type of episode, because no action. Well, the only action you get a chance to see is the beginning of the episode, which is basically the characters going through an obstacle course. And this is a bit of a surprise though. Sadara is in the episode, so is Chocho, and yet they have no lines. They're seen, but they have no lines at all. Not even Metal Lee has any lines. Yeah, he's basically seen as, I think he's get maybe 1 or 2 lines at best. But in the case of the girls, I mean, the only female character aside from Hinata and Wambi and Mary who gets lines is Susumari. That's it. And it's definitely implied that she's definitely attracted to Boruto. That she doesn't know how to feel about him, but it's kind of implied that, yeah, she has a thing for Boruto. That's what I can tell by watching this episode. And she's still in the hospital, and she says she's about to be discharged. About time. She's been in the hospital for a couple episodes, so yeah, it's kind of good the fact they're releasing her. And apparently, we get a little bit more about her, where apparently she has no parents. Her parents were killed years ago, so basically she has something to come with Boruto. Basically, in the case of Naruto, because he grew up with no parents, and Susumari has no parents either. I like to see more of her character. Basically, I like to see maybe in future episodes, maybe they would develop her a little bit. But yeah, not much else to say about this episode. Just like I said, Mitsuki just going to various characters after the beginning of the episode, asking how they feel about Boruto. Mitsuki going to Boruto's bedroom, which is nice, and you get a chance to see in the references the Fourth Great Ninja War. He mentioned also Grace of the Hokages. So basically, you can kind of see this episode as a character episode, because barely any action. It just progresses basically, mainly just the franchise forward a bit, but it ends quite a shocker, where basically Mitsuki knows who's basically behind the ghost. And that's where the episode, before that basically, apparently Naruto left a shadow clone in the Hokage office. Okay. So they mentioned the fact that the reason why he didn't meet Naruto this episode is because he was coming home early. And I'm thinking, okay, the guy is super busy, and how is he keeping up with work at the office, even though he's coming home? Simple. Shadow clone. Oh yeah, Boruto uses Shadow clone as well. He uses like 2 to help Dekai. And even he knows, basically, Boruto knows not to abandon teammates. Everyone else did throughout the whole opposite course. And I'm a little surprised he said that Shino said everybody failed, but it kind of looked like that Boruto passed because he actually went to help Dekai. Yeah, him and Mitsuki actually, even though the time ran out, they actually took the time to actually help him, which appreciates the fact that Boruto knows not to abandon his teammates. Though why the rest of his classmates could understand that, but whatever. Of course, even though it's Mary, to tell by looking at her, yeah, it's Mary. Even though they don't say her name, but yeah, it's Mary, and yeah, and she's older now. I'd say she's probably in her 20s. I'd say, yeah, or she could be, yeah, she could be her late teens, early 20s. I mean, Konohamaru is probably in his mid 20s. That's my personal guess. And Mari must be about in her late teens, early 20s. They don't say exactly how old she is. Now, Konohamaru, when he first met Boruto, he looked like he was about 10-ish, 10, 11-ish. And then, of course, when he came again, he basically, when Naruto came back, he was like 12, 13 years old. And then you have about 2 years pass by, which means by the time of the last film, he was 14. And by here, he's basically about 26. Yeah, so basically, Konohamaru is basically his mid-20s, and his cousin, because she was a little kid when Naruto and Hinata got married, and my personal guess is she's probably pushing 20. That is just my personal guess. I don't know. I'd be surprised if she chooses as her team. I mean, Konohamaru is definitely going to get Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sadara. That's shown by the movie. As for what Mari's probably going to get, she's probably going to get the third generation of the Inocho Shikadai, Inojin Shikadai, and Chocho. She's probably going to get that team. That's my personal guess of what that team she's going to get. I don't know. Either that or probably Metal Lee's team, which is probably comprised of him, Metal Lee, Sumeru, and Iwambi. That's my personal guess. I don't know. It's one of those two teams, but she's not getting Boruto because even though she has sights on Boruto, even though she basically has high hopes for Boruto, but according to Konohamaru, Boruto is going to be with him. Well, basically as part of his cell, as shown by the Boruto film. So yeah, it hints basically future events, even though we kind of see with the Boruto film. But yeah, good character episode. I want to talk a little bit about next week's episode. The next week's episode looks very interesting, where Boruto thinks that Nisuke might be joking, like, you really know who's behind this? And then jumps ahead to basically where there's some kind of beast attacking the village, which is the first time since Kurama attacked the village 30 years prior. Yeah, this is, of course, prior to the start of the series. And from looking at basically who shows up to fight the beast, it's Kakashi, making his first appearance in the show. Which, thank you for finally bringing him in. It's about frickin' time. It only took you 14 episodes in to bring in possibly a fan favorite character, Kakashi. Yeah. So, kudos. I'm still waiting when they're going to show Kiba. Yeah, I'm still waiting when they're going to show. So basically, as of right now, the only characters that have not shown up in the show because, well, Kakashi's appearing next week, so the only characters that have not shown up in the show so far right now is, well, yeah, Sai's going to show up next episode, which is not a surprise because show episode so far. So these following characters have not shown up in the show so far. Ino. Let's see, who else? Sasuke hasn't yet, which I kind of get why, because currently the show's taking place for the movie, but Sasuke hasn't. Koronai hasn't. Let's see, who else? Guy hasn't. Yes, my guy hasn't. Rock Lee definitely has not. I'm trying to think, though, was there anybody else who hasn't shown up in this show yet? Maybe, the place where Naruto basically bought his ramen for years. Yeah, that ramen place has not shown up here, which is a bit of a surprise. Basically, him and his daughter have not shown up yet. So basically, about 7 characters left. So a good chunk of the previous generation characters have shown up in the series. Oh, there is one other character who has not. Tsunade. Yep, Tsunade has not shown up yet at all. This episode, the one that aired, it kind of basically showed Orochimaru. Because I actually read the Mitsuki one-shot, basically the whole flashback scene. It's actually taken directly from the Mitsuki one-shot. So it kind of looked like it was loose. It had one scene of it adapted, but that's it. The one-shot itself, who knows when it's going to be adapted. My guess is it's probably going to be done after the whole Ghost arc gets wrapped up. That's probably when they start adapting the one-shot, the Mitsuki one-shot. The bell training mission, they're probably going to adapt that soon. I have heard the Naruto Gaiden, that 10-chapter manga, that is going to be adapted. But my personal guess is it probably won't be, the episodes probably won't air until probably later this year or probably next year. It depends on when they finish up this Academy arc, which right now, this whole Academy arc thing, even though it's tied in with the Ghost, that's been going on for 13 episodes. So some people probably predicted this might go on for about 20 episodes, or at least some people might have thought 6. But so far, it's 13 episodes so far, with next week's episode being the 14th episode. So it could wrap up by episode 20. That's my personal guess. I don't know. But yeah, nothing else to say about this episode. It was a really good episode. I didn't have to basically pause, basically stupid moments. It proved to be a good episode. I know basically both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden had episodes like this. They didn't happen that often, but it was a nice episode. And something I think that a lot of people probably wanted to see from the show, a good character episode. I mean, yes, we did kind of get this basically when Naruto took Boruto and Hawabe to go visit his father-in-law and sister-in-law. Kind of a little bit of action there, but hey, you need these often, basically, these good character episodes. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for next week for episode 14. The Demon Beast Appears. That is seriously the name of the next episode, which kind of makes it very interesting. And because the fact it's reminiscing from the looks of it, it looks like that the animators really want to do their own version of the flashback that was shown and frequently shown in basically Naruto Shippuden of when Kurama in the past was attacking the ninth when Kurama attacked the village 30 years prior. So they're trying to recreate that in the Boruto timeline, in the Boruto series, which kudos. It's basically a horrific event when a giant creature attacks the village. It's kind of like the show's Godzilla moment when a creature comes by and attacks a city. Yeah. So next episode should be very interesting. I hope it doesn't disappoint, and I hope it doesn't hide the monsters. I hope to God not. Okay. So I'll see you all next week. I am gonna have 2 Yu Yu Hakusho videos coming right after this. So, I'll see you all there. Okay? Bye.